For the absolute beginner to learn how to crochet, you need to know how to make a slip knot. And there are lots of different ways to do this. I cannot stress that enough. This is the one I like, and I like to make easy videos with no music or nonsense, so let's get to it. To make a slip knot, I first make a twisted loop like so, hold it at the intersection, and I make a smaller one right next to it. And then I put the little loop into the big loop. I hold the little loop and the tail, and I pull it, and that's a slip knot. If you don't like that method, then you can learn how to do it a multitude of other ways, but that's what works best for me. And then you just slightly tighten onto your hook. And you'll learn what kind of hook size you need by looking on the label for your yarn. This is some vintage yarn from Ames back in the day. It was 88 cents. Wow. I take a look here and it says US 9 crochet hook. I wanted a little bit more of a defined stitch for the video, so I went down one size to an 8. To chain, after you have your slip knot, you want to chain, and you simply need to yarn over. When you yarn over, I go from the back of the hook over to the front, holding your tail. When you crochet, you put the hook down and turn it back up. Yarn over, turn the hook down, back up. Yarn over, pull it through, down, up. And then you can start to hold on to the chain. That after you have a couple, you can yarn over. And I'm just trying to show you the whole, how you hold your fingers. I'm just going to keep going. I keep moving my fingers closer to the work. The work is where you're actually creating something. So I'm just going to keep going. I like to move my fingers closer as I go. Nice and loose tension. You should be able to see through your stitches. A little bit of space, a little bit of color tablecloth through your chains right there. Okay, so you want to keep that nice and loose tension. And if you do it too tightly, it's very simple. Take your hook out of your loop, pull some yarn out, go back to where you were happy with the universal tension, reinsert your hook, and then we can start again. So the only thing my right hand does is hold the crochet hook really. The left hand is doing everything else. So helping me, you see I lift my hand up to put the yarn over, down up with the right hand for the hook, yarn over, down up. Once you have chains, the easiest stitch to learn is a single crochet. So a single crochet means you're going to go to the second loop from your hook. So your hook is in this loop, so that doesn't count. There's the first loop, there's the second. In the second loop, I'm going to insert in the middle of the V, yarn over, pull through just one loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, we insert in the middle of the V of the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Let me adjust my loose yarn here a little bit. And I'm going to keep going all the way through. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to just briefly continue to the end so you can see what that looks like in real time. Again, always holding tightly, to the work so that you can keep your stitches loose. And don't forget that last stitch. And when you get to the end of a row, chain 1, and then you turn your work like so. And that's what a row of single crochet looks like. At the top, you'll be able to see all these little V's, and then that's the look from the side. So just to show the single crochet, now that we've worked through our chain row, now we don't insert in the middle of the V anymore. We go underneath it, just like so. Yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, we're inserting underneath, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So you're never really looking down at the V's, but I'm just trying to show you where you insert, and then you can see the V is sitting on top of your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'll just keep going to the end, and then we'll move on to the next type of stitch we're going to learn. I'm holding things a little differently because I want you to see what's happening as far as inserting. Yarn over, again, nice loose tension. Tension is the hardest thing to deal with when you first learn how to crochet. Everybody crochets too tightly and it just ends up feeling like work. And you want to make sure you don't miss the very last stitch. A lot of people leave that last stitch. I'm at the end of a row, so I'm going to chain 1 and flip the work. And now you're starting to see what single crochets look like. So that's single crochet, and now I'm going to show you double crochet. And a lot of patterns will have just single and double crochets involved with them. If you want to learn to make granny squares, again, you just need to know how to chain, make singles and doubles, and you're cooking with gas. So we're going to do double crochets now, and a double crochet is literally, as it sounds, is like 2 single crochets but in 1 stitch. So let me show you. We're going to be stitching in the second stitch from the hook just like before, but we want to yarn over first. Then we insert in the stitch. Again, you'll see the V on top of your hook. Pull up a loop, and instead of 2 chains on the hook, we're going to have 3. You yarn over, pull through just 2 of them, leaving 2 on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2. And I'm going to do these double crochets all the way across. Let me get some yarn nice and loose. Everything nice and loose when you're crocheting. So we want to start again. Yarn over first. Next stitch, it's right here. You can see the V right underneath it. Pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you'll see there's a larger space here with a double crochet. It's a taller stitch. So again, yarn over, insert under the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, nice and loose, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll see the crochet hook always goes down and up. Yarn over, insert into the stitch, pull up the loop. Yarn over, stitch, hook goes down, hook goes up. Yarn over again, hook goes down, hook goes up. And I'm going to continue to the end in real-time stitching, what will soon be your real-time stitching. And I have one more to go right here. Always adding that chain at the end and flip your work. So here were your single crochets down here, and there's your double crochets up here. And you can literally make a very interesting looking scarf just by alternating single crochet and double crochet rows as you're working. I'll do one more single crochet just to review that. We'll insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm going to again loosen up some yarn. I didn't want a knot, so I figured I would just get the yarn as we need it. Again, inserting under the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we just keep going. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And as we're doing this, you can kind of understand now why this is called double crochet. With a single crochet, as we're doing right now in this row, we insert first, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. When we were double crocheting, we pulled up a loop, pulled through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2 again. So that's why this is called a double crochet. So let's continue with our singles. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, insert, pull up a loop. And again, this is single crochet all the way to the end. And you want to make sure you don't miss any stitches at the end here. Some people might look at that and say, oh, I'm done. You're not. There's one more V right there. We want to make sure we get that last stitch. People have rows, and again, chain 1 before you turn. And you can start to see what's happening here with our singles, doubles, singles, and then you could go on with the double if you want to. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this brief video about single and double crochet, also chaining, and how to make a slip knot. And that will get you started with a lot of patterns that you see. Happy stitching!